Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk a little bit more about the Republican Party's future, what it has to do with Ohio, and why I guess I didn't cover it the way a lot of larger outlets did when it comes to issue one and what happened and why I viewed it the way I did. Because a couple of questions have come in as to why I deviated, I guess. And we're just going to kind of run through them. The first one was like, hey, all of these major outlets are saying that this is occurring and this is a really bad thing, that what happened in Ohio is really bad for the GOP because it shows that Americans are really, really just very much in favor of reproductive rights. And another one was asking, hey, why didn't you bring this up? Because I don't think they're connected. It's that simple. Not in the way that it's being reported in a lot of places. But it's also one of those no, but also yes things. To me, you can't draw a causative relationship between reproductive rights and what happened in Ohio because on its own, even without the reproductive rights issue right around the corner, the proposal in Ohio was that bad. So I don't think that you can necessarily make that jump. Did it have to do with some of it? Absolutely. How much? I have no way to gauge that. So I can't say that it's connected on the level that it's being reported at. Okay? I just can't use Ohio for that. That being said, they're also not wrong. This is definitely going to factor in to 2024 when it comes to the GOP and them definitely having some surprises. Because while I don't believe that you can count Ohio, I do think that you can count what happened in Kansas and Vermont and Montana and Michigan and Kentucky. I know somebody's also going to say it happened in California too, but California doesn't count because they were always going to vote that way, But particularly what happened in Kansas and Kentucky, those should be really scary things for the GOP. Montana too, but that was a little bit of a different wording. Again, you have to look at some of the nuance on this. But what happened in Kansas, what happened in Kentucky, those two places, yeah, there should be alarm bells going off in the GOP when it comes to 2024 because reproductive rights is definitely going to be a driving issue. I just don't think it has to do with Ohio. I can't draw that connection. People in the United States are incredibly in favor of reproductive rights. It has been that way. It was that way for a very long time until a very controversial Supreme Court decided to change it. All polling shows that access to reproductive rights is incredibly popular. There's no actual surprise about this. The real surprise is that the Republican Party chose this to be something that they apparently have principle on, and they're not going to change. I don't really think it's principle. I think they're afraid to back away from long-established talking points. But no, it's definitely going to be an issue. I just don't see it related to Ohio. And I know that there's a lot of talk now, and there's apparently strategy meetings about how to deal with this for the GOP. You can't. There isn't a... There's not a midway point on this. You can't find a way to kind of violate somebody's bodily autonomy. This is one of those things, pardon the pun, you're pregnant or you're not. So you're not going to be able to compromise this or find a halfway talking point on it. This is something that the American people have grown to view as a right, and the Republican Party took it from them. Yeah, it's going to drive a lot of negative voter turnout. Not people who are going to necessarily show up because they truly love the Democratic candidate, but they're going to show up to vote against the Republican one. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.